Friday Night Lights, podcast, photo and entertainment, and Middle Georgia sales and services. Coke, don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a music.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose.
Hey, you better watch your mouth now.
I am a label.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt.
Better say it with your chest.
Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
Somebody need to put their seatbelt on.
Who?
That's all I'm saying. Whoever that was, ding, 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 and in the car, somebody need to put their seatbelt on.
It's not me. My seatbelt is on and it did not ding.
Okay. Anyway,
I drive safely at all times.
how we doing, podcast land? Auntie, how we doing? How we doing today?
I am doing smashing. How are you, Magic Mike?
I don't know about being magic today, but I'm good though. That is for sure. I am good. But I know some folks who ain't right now. A lot of Falcon fans ain't good. That is for sure.
All right. So how's everybody in podcast land doing tonight? Welcome. Come on in. And chop it up with us today. We got a couple of things we want to talk about tonight, and we want your input. So please, we hope you're listening.
They need to be because this way to alleviate a lot of headaches, especially for these Falcon fans. 'Cause, man, y'all, we got to get off this Lamar Jackson thing. It ain't gonna happen.
I think that was a few wishful thinkers. Most of us were. Well, I was in I was in the school of thought that anything is possible. However, I just did not see the Falcons going back into salary cap hell when they just got out of it. So, and it doesn't make you definitely need a stellar quarterback to win in the NFL, but you also need other pieces, and I think Falcons need the pieces more than they need the quarterback.
And I totally agree.
Because when was the last time a quarterback that just held it in the road won a Super Bowl? Was it Trent Dilfer or was it somebody after him?
Man, you know how far back you asked me to think. You know how much alcohol I done had since then?
No,
And
man.
how many brain cells I done lost?
You're right. But that's I'm going back 23 years. I only remember Trent Dilfer as that quarterback who just wasn't outstanding.
Yeah, but see, Trent Dilfer won by defense. It wasn't Trent Dilfer. It was that defense. Same thing with the Baltimore Ravens. Same thing with the Baltimore Ravens when Ray Lewis then won.
Yeah,
They won 2 Super Bowls, right?
they did. Trent Dilfer was the quarterback on one of those teams. That's my point. That's the last time that I remember a team winning without a stellar Super Bowl quarterback.
Hold on, who was the quarterback for Tampa Bay when Tampa Bay won? Why I want to say it was Brad Jones. When Tampa Bay won with Warren Sapp now, when they was running the Tampa 2 with Tony Dungy.
Because what took over? John Gruden. Because you might be right.
I think with Brad Johnson.
Right. And that was 03. Okay. So yeah, I guess you can win, but your defense has to be legendary.
Yes. That is totally. I totally agree with you on that.
That's the only way.
Well, you just got to have some superstars on your offense outside of your quarterback.
Yes,
So yeah.
and I just don't see. Um, yeah.
But I will say that. But here's my biggest thing though with Lamar Jackson and the Falcons and everybody that was hoping for. One, Baltimore did what they were supposed to do: tag him because they wasn't gonna trade him before the end of the league. So right now, between Sunday between yesterday, I'm gonna say Monday, between Monday and the 15th of March. All right, this right here is called the tampering period. Everybody can get touched, fondled, however you want to describe it, right? This is the tampering period. This is the time of this week right here is gonna be crazy for the simple fact you're gonna be hearing words coming out. This guy signed such a multi-year tender here, a multi-year tender there. And then, when the new league year starts, they're gonna be signing on the dotted line to make it official. This right here is these next 3 weeks is gonna be the most interesting weeks in the NFL. For the simple fact, it's about to be crazy, and it's the funnest all year. But back to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Any team out there that's gonna give up 2 first-round picks and then pay this man guaranteed money, 250 million plus type guaranteed money, man,
I don't see it.
they crazy. They are crazy. And the reason I say that is because of this. If the quarterback position is the only thing you're missing to get to win a championship, i.e., let me see, who can I throw in that category? Who can I throw in that conversation? Ain't nobody in the league I can throw in that conversation right now. Because every team that's winning got a quarterback.
Let me see. I'm trying to think.
What you want to say, Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas. I could do Dallas.
But you already paid your quarterback, so you're not going to bring in Lamar Jackson and Dak. You already paid Dak Prescott, so you ain't bringing in Lamar Jackson. You can't say can't say Arizona. I can't think of nobody. Okay, maybe Miami, but because you haven't paid
Tua.
Tua down there yet, right? Because he's still on his rookie deal. Okay.
Lamar Jackson and Tyreek Hill might be a cool combination.
See, here's the problem.
Hey, J-Bo, how are you? Mike, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I keep hitting keep closing my screen down. When I shut my screen down, I log off. But yeah, my only issue with Lamar Jackson right now is his accuracy. That's my only issue with him.
The best thing
J-Bo?
they can do is let me walk on in June. That's the best thing they can do. Just let me walk on in June. When I recuperate,
walk on the field and bless the field.
No, let me suit up.
Pray for the field. That's what you're gonna do.
No, I say suit up and play. I ain't saying about all that. I'm saying playing.
But
we gonna miss you, Mo.
You got one good play in you. But you just like me. You got one good play in you. One good play.
He got one good play at the high school level. He go to college or NFL, they gonna kill that man. Go bless the field. That's all you need to do. And I'm telling you that because I love you.
Oh, boy. Y'all is crazy.
Yeah, or maybe
you could league game the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you can go in like Rudy at the end of the game, at the end of the movie, the last play of the game, the last season, the last second. Do your thing, Mo. You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah. Y'all funny. Yeah. The 2 Super Bowls Baltimore won. Ray Lewis was on both of them, man. He won MVP the first one, and then Joe Flacco won the second. Joe Flacco just balled out in that second one.
Mm-hmm.
That Baltimore won. I'm looking at
the 49ers.
Oh, okay. the Super Bowl that Tampa Bay won, right?
Uh-huh.
Who got the MVP? Defensive player, Dexter Jackson. Then
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't have no offense.
Yep.
Well, look who done showed up to the party. Well, look what the cat drew again. Miss Ross.
Well, hello, classmate. How are you, darling?
So yeah.
Um, yeah. He's probably going to be in Baltimore, and he's probably not going to be happy. Jimmy Wayne, you okay, friend? Brother, cousin, how you doing?
Alex is kicking my ass.
Join the club. I had to get doped up the other day and kind of nip it in the bud. But I imagine you be outside a lot.
But y'all better go. But y'all better go. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Hey, Jimmy Wayne, next time you're up the way, I'll take you to BJ so you can get you a big old thing of allergy medicine.
But it's crazy because I took some Zyrtec today. All it's doing is just draining my sinuses and make my nose run. That ain't stop the sneezing and the itchy eyes and itchy throat.
Well, I did the equate. Cause I was rushing and I couldn't find anything else. I did the Walmart brand and I was fine. My eyes stopped itching, my nose stopped running, and I caught it from going in my chest, which is what I
Somebody
really want
told
to
me
do.
to just try some local honey.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Y'all got a Walmart down there?
So
You
you
know
got
what?
Joe.
I need
My
you.
bad. My bad. I couldn't hold that one back.
Okay,
Y'all
so when y'all
cheese.
play for the championship then, sir?
In Macon.
Huh?
You talking about basketball, right? In
Yeah,
Macon.
when?
Friday.
Friday.
Oh, okay.
Um, as a matter of fact, we can get to the Walmart quicker than you can. How about that?
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Cause there's traffic between me and Walmart, maybe 2 mile, maybe a mile down the road from me on the other side of 75, and you probably
Exactly.
will,
I
because of
probably
the
will.
traffic I got on, because of the traffic that's in front of me.
Exactly.
You can
Why you
blame it on
trying to
whatever you
pick?
want to, but we can get there quicker than you can.
So will.
I bet you can't get to public quicker than I can.
I
And
bet I can.
we can get the Publix quicker than we can
In
Walmart. How about
Walmart,
that?
exactly.
Uh, you know,
Don't play with it.
I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I'm gonna leave y'all alone for now.
Don't
I'm gonna
play
leave
with
y'all
it.
alone for now.
So we were just checking on you to see how you were doing. Um, can you um can you think of a team outside of the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers since they have won a Super Bowl with a less than stellar quarterback
In the modern era,
in the modern
Nope,
era?
nope. Because when you think about it, that's about it. Like I think because of the defense on both of those teams that you mentioned, you was okay to have just that game manager, decent quarterback. But majority of Super Bowls in modern eras are won with a potent offense. If you all would
Hmm.
agree with that, so you
Yeah,
I
got to
can.
have a quarterback.
You got you got
you're right.
stellar quarterback play.
Yeah, and if you don't, your defense has to be like legendary, next level, like in the history book kind of thing.
Yeah,
So,
and I
um,
mean, I've never the Falcons all my life have made some crazy choices. I never disowned them, and I probably never will. But it was on the tip of my tongue after they said they wasn't gonna go out the on Bartholomew.
Can't give up them two first round picks, dog.
that
Can't give it
them
up.
two can't give it up. And you got, I just
Now,
they need to build up. They need a defense. You know.
all
Yeah,
right,
but
here's
if you look at the free agency defense market, it's probably the best I've seen in a long time since the Umayura pickup for the Falcons that year. This is about the best free agency I've seen on the defensive side of the ball.
And that's what I'm telling y'all right now. This week between this Wednesday and next Wednesday, do not be shocked if word comes out that 4 to 5 players on the defensive side of the ball have signed a tender to play for the Falcons, and they
I
coming
believe
off a
it.
play and they coming off of playoff contenders. They coming from playoff contenders. I'm gonna put it at that. Just so you understand, Cincinnati and Philly. That's where they coming from.
What
Well,
about
see, go.
Buffalo?
We can't afford it. No, we ain't trying to get that kind of money to them.
Well, Edmonds is a free agent, and I think Buffalo gonna definitely lock him back down if they hadn't already. Cause that's one thing I hadn't done, seeing who have gotten deals and who have been tagged with the franchise tags. But I'll check. Maybe Mike, you can let me know what the updated free agency list look like on the defensive side.
Yeah,
But
I can do that.
when you're talking about Gardner Johnson out of
Out of,
Philly
yeah,
and Von Bell.
yeah, and
Ooh,
then it's another kid, the free safety from Cincinnati. I can't think of his name off the top. It's on the tip of my tongue, but he's a free agent too. Now between Gardner and that other free safety from Cincinnati, the only thing is you got to be willing to eat those flags that Gardner gonna give you. Cause Gardner on the edge of playing dirty.
yeah, he
If
do.
you watching, he on the edge of playing dirty. So he gonna give you some personal fouls. So you got to be willing to take them 15 yards here and there.
But see, my thing, like I've always said, give me a cornerback to play alongside Terrell. I'm okay with Richard Grant, but bring me somebody else in. You give me a quarterback and a safety, I'm okay with the defense.
Yeah,
You got to get some pressure. You bring Lorenzo Carter back, which I'm pleased with. You got Grady Jarrett, who, to me, top 3 defensive tackles in the league.
yeah.
You know, give me a body that can go on that line and can stop him from drawing so many double teams. You know, and can free up our edge rushers. I think we'll be okay on the defense.
So let me
So
ask you this. And I'm staying on topic, but I'm not. Do you think that what happened with Jalen Carter is going to hurt his draft chances to the
nope,
point where the
nope,
Falcons?
Do a snowball have a
nope.
chance? I don't think so, though. Really, I don't, because when you
I'm
look
not.
at the facts of it, you know yeah, you made a dumb decision to race, but it's not like he caused an accident which caused their death. You know, I think they
Yeah,
reaching.
I do too, and I think I mean the Athens PD has been like this for a long time with regard to UGA players. Not saying that they don't make stupid decisions, but it's kind of like I don't want to say blow. Yeah, they kind of. I don't think if this was anybody else, I don't think it would have. They would have made as big a deal about it.
Agreed.
Totally agree. Same thing with Stetson Bennett down in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yes,
If it wasn't
but
him, it
now,
wouldn't have been known.
yeah, but
Speaking of
now,
those, go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, but just think if his stock dropped, and the
And he dropped to
Falcons,
number 8.
Oh,
yes,
the Falcons gonna get him.
that would
Hey,
be fantastic.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, it
man.
would.
That's like the dream I had last night. Sometimes it's just a dream, baby.
Like Bartholomew.
Now the dream I had last night went about damn dang Bartholomew. I can tell you that.
Okay, so
Moving on.
moving on, let me ask you this on the NFL. Do you all think that since Derek Carr is going to New Orleans, do you think Jameis is going to land anywhere or will he land himself out of the league?
Um, I'll let somebody else answer, then I'll come back to it.
I'm gonna say this. It would be best for him if he wanted to stay in New Orleans. It would be best for him to take a pay cut. Wherever he goes from here on out, he's gonna be a career backup.
Hmm.
And that's the point that I was gonna make. I mean, let's be honest. He's already their lowest paid quarterback on the thing. When they had with the Andy Dalton and Taysom Hill all had deals that was higher than their starting quarterback, who was Jameis Winston. I knew then that was ridiculous. I mean, what you pay cut? I mean, you already minimal. So
Yeah.
if he go anywhere else, I feel they'll be trying to use him as a backup. So he's probably getting that the kid we just cut Mariota type deal. 1 or 2 years for a couple of mil. But at the same time, I don't think nobody will get him. Although and I think I said it in the chat, Jameis Winston at this point in his career is still 80% better than half of the backups the backups in the league. Like I can probably think of 1 or 2 backup quarterbacks that you would take over Jameis Winston. Other than that, they're not going to give him a shot.
I mean, so it would probably take a starter to go down for him to prove himself.
Exactly. It's going to have to be your Geno Smith story. And big up Geno, man. Geno got that bag off of that career backup, getting pulled as a starter, bouncing around team to team. They made the deal with Russell Westbrook and thought they was going to have somebody else. They went with Geno, and Geno just signed a deal that should take him on through the rest of his career.
Russell Wilson, not Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. Thank you, babe. So, yeah, I see that, he getting on as somebody's backup. Something goes down, something happens, and he then become – now, let's take this. Houston Texans, number 2 pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
You got so many holes on the Houston Texans, but it all starts with the QB. I love Davis Mills. Do I think Davis Mills is a starter in the league? Yes. Do I think there's better quarterbacks in the league than Davis Mills? Of course. But if you don't draft a quarterback at number 2, Houston Texans, is Davis Mills really better than Jameis Winston?
I don't think so.
Not at all. So that's the type of stuff that you'll see going on in the league. He can start on at least 10 other teams that have starting quarterbacks and would be a well enough backup. But I don't think they'll give him a chance again. Hey, shout out Peach County and Perry baseball, man. They had a pretty good game last night. I think Perry ended up winning 8-6. Perry went up 5-0, and Peach made a comeback. Peach baseball should be number 2 in the region this year. I think it was big for them kids to finally face Coulter, former teammate, old Sunshine, come back to Fort Valley on the baseball team for Perry. And for them to see him, I think that was big. But just going back to some high school baseball, man, shout out Peach and Perry baseball program. Real good game last night. Shout out Wilkinson County Warriors. Division I AA state championships in basketball today.
Did you just say what I think you said?
What?
Did you just say what I think you said?
Wilkinson County Warriors?
No. Back up to this baseball thing. You said who? What, did you say Peach or Pierce?
Peach and Perry.
Okay, Peach and Perry. And you talking about Peach County in a regional baseball play.
We'll be number 2 behind Pike County, because let's be real.
Okay.
Pike County is the Peach County of that region when it comes to baseball.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Didn't they play for state last year?
Played against Redan High State, and we all know what Redan do in baseball. So,
what they lack in football, they sure do make up for in baseball.
Well, you know what, babe? They baseball program make up for everything they lack. Period.
Yes.
So that's a stellar baseball program over there on Redan Road.
Yeah, black and silver. Shout out. But yeah, shout out to Peach County and Scary Perry. Good job, fellas.
Yeah, man, great game. I wish Peach could have pulled it off. I don't know if you all know. I'm pretty sure if listeners of the fan, as well as my brothers and sisters on the panel, know that I'm a Peach County thoroughbred through and through. But I did have love for Perry. That's over with. No more love for Perry. I will not be supporting Perry Panthers in any kind of way.
What?
Okay.
Don't you have a cousin out that plays for Perry?
Oh yeah, he'll be a running back this year. But after dealing with, just sit it down. After dealing with what I have to deal with from them Perry fans, my so-called homeboys, I got no more love for Perry.
Give it to them. You know they don't have nothing else to do. They don't have nothing else to do. So
Wow. I'm looking at the baseball standings on Max Preps right now, and Redan is currently ranked number 22 in 2A. Pierce County is ranked 20 in 2A.
So
Okay.
just give me the top five. If you got Redan and Pierce,
You got Fellowship Christian. You got Fellowship Christian sitting at 7-1. Mount Parian Christian sitting at 6-1. Jeff Davis at 5-4. Callaway 7-3, and North Carl Christian at 4-5. And that's as of March 5th. Did something just happen, or everybody just muted themselves?
I'm listening.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
taking it all in.
I'm just saying. Perry ranked 17 overall in 4A. Okay.
So when are the baseball playoffs? When do they start?
When the weather get warmer.
yeah, probably sometime in April. You start.
Okay.
Give me a sec. Give me a second. I'm gonna tell you exactly. As soon as I can find it, there you go. That's what I was looking for right there. That's the link I found. Give me a second. I'm gonna tell you in just a minute. Where we at? Spring baseball. As soon as the page load up. So man, why is this thing so big? So baseball playoffs commence 16 through 24 May.
Oh wow.
Yeah, in May, and they're gonna have them at Cool Ray Field in Gwinnett, Truist Park, and the Braves Stadium in Rome, and Georgia State Stadium. That's where the playoffs gonna be held. That's where the championship's gonna be held at.
Hmm. Okay, in May. So that's right before school ends, because I think Peach County graduation is May 26th.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because the actual playoffs begin April 22nd. Yeah,
Hmm.
April 22nd is when the playoffs actually start, and then everything else rolls on through. Everything rolls on through May 16th through the 24th for the playoff for the
Mm,
championship.
got it. Gotcha.
But we all know basketball championships are this week. So
Yeah,
good luck.
you're super interested in basketball this year, huh?
I was just gonna say congratulations to everybody in the championships this week. That they got going on this week.
Yes. Congratulations to all of the teams and all of the winners tonight. By
Okay.
now, one double A should have played. I think
Nice.
4A plays tonight, right? As well. So congratulations to all of the winners. I need to pull that up. And I need to, depending on how my schedule's going, I got a lot of stuff to do before Sunday. So I'm trying my level best to get to the Coliseum. That was something that me and my daddy did together, and I try to keep the tradition going since he's um, now that he's no longer here. Um, but my schedule is not really permitting it the way that I want to. But I'm gonna really, really try to get to them at least one night.
Well, just so everybody knows, as of right now, on the boys' side of basketball, you got Wilkinson County winning single A Division two.
Who did they beat?
They beat they beat Charlton County.
All right, go Wilco.
Yeah, Will Kobe. No, Wilkinson, not Wilcox.
I said
Wilkinson.
Wilco. I said Wilco. That's what they
Uh-huh.
call
Oh
themselves.
yeah, I know. I
Wilco.
thought you. Go ahead, baby. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's all right, sugar. No,
And
I
then
didn't
on
say
the
Wilco.
and then on the girls' side, you had Clinch County beating what is it, Lake Oconee? Is this Lake Oconee?
All
I
right,
believe it's
Homie
Lake
Billy.
Oconee Academy. Yeah, Lake Oconee Academy is who Clinch County beat on the girls' side,
Okay, Homie
and
Billy.
single A Division two.
Good, because that was gonna be a long ride home if you had lost. Oh, that's a long way.
Yeah, for sure.
So shout out to both of them. 4A is playing now, I think.
Uh, yep, 4A. You got on the boys' side, you got Pace Academy playing Fayette County, and on the girls' side, you got Griffin beating Baldwin.
Oh, Baldwin lost. Oh wow.
Now that's
Mhm.
crazy because they're region opponents, and you go back and look at their games this year. They always close. You would think that it was going to be those two. So you knew it was going to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, and it's hard to beat the same team over and over. You know what I mean? It's really difficult. And they
Well,
played each other. They played each other how many times this year? At least three or four.
at least 3 or 4 times, and that's what I was going to ask Thirsty if he can check with us before Friday. If you can check it now,
What's that?
and just see what Sandy Creek and Cedar Grove look like playing each other this year
Man,
in the region.
it been blowouts. It been all three games were blowouts
On who?
in Sandy Creek favor.
Wow.
Sandy Creek got a stick.
Oh well, that basketball is definitely a stick down there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because I
So
But
know.
they're
let's be
number one,
honest.
right?
Let's be honest now. The championship game do bring out a different side of people. So you can pretty much throw all that out the window come Friday.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah. Yeah.
for sure. But like I
But
said, I know the last
but
three meetings that between the three teams, and they was all regional meetings. Yes, Sandy Creek dominated all three. Give me a second. I'm trying to get the page to load up.
because I was gonna
Whenever.
say, although you can throw it out the window, you still can't take away from the fact that Sandy Creek does have a stick this year.
Yeah, because first game they played Sandy Creek won that game 91-56.
Good. Good. Good.
Exactly. The second game they played, which was the region finale, Sandy Creek won 71-48. And then in the region tournament, Sandy Creek won 76-52.
Well, well, you have something in your favor.
What's that?
Um, it's hard to beat the same team over and over, and they might take you all lightly.
Yeah, that makes sense considering they
Let's
may
hope
have
so.
you 3 times.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
I
Now
heard
let's
they
jump. Let's
say,
jump to 4A right quick. Is
okay,
it okay to go ahead and crown Fayette County as your champions in basketball? Because I think this will be like their third or fourth in the last 5 years in basketball, if I ain't mistaken. Like Fayette County has a stick in basketball these last couple of years.
For real? You think so? Hold on, let me see something. Let me see. Fayetteville County. There we go. Oh, hold on, let me get down here. Fayetteville, where we at? Fayetteville. No, can't say that. Now they probably made runs in the playoffs. I'm with you on that, but I know in 4A itself, if they were 4A last year, Spencer won it last year. Ball won the year before. Woodward Academy in 2020. Carver Columbus got it in 19. Fayette County, I'm not seeing them at all on this championship list.
Let's look at 5A.
Dude, you want me to put it on the screen for you to look at?
Yeah, let me see. Fayette
Good.
County has been winning the basketball championship.
Okay. Bam. Let me blow it up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Dude, what Fayette County at on here? Fayette County ain't nowhere on here. Now, that's why I say they're probably making deep playoff runs and stuff, but they ain't on here.
Kind of like Baldwin. Like Baldwin's girls have always been really good, but they could never get over the hump. And I thought maybe this year was their year, but they still didn't get over the hump.
Maybe you was thinking about, let me see what the girls looking like. Let's get down here to the bottom, see what's going on with these girls. Now here's the girl stuff. This is the girl stuff that we're looking at. I mean, damn, Westlake girls won it 3 years in a row. Wow.
Oh
Beautiful
yes,
girls.
baby.
Beautiful
They
girls
don't
won
play.
it 4 days, won it 4 years in a row. Wow. I don't care, man. That's an hold on. Did they win it the year before in 16? Okay, no, they didn't win it in 16. Man, that's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 championships in 6 years. That's crazy for Buford and
Yeah,
girls basketball. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous.
it's ridiculous, but it's par for the course. Like
Yeah.
Buford, I mean,
Man,
they
Buford is
play
Buford.
Hackett. Yeah, Hackett. They you play them in Hackett Sacks. They'll probably win that too. I don't I understand it, but I don't understand it.
So, but all right. So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna take a look at the brackets, and cause that's my thing. Maybe they been running deep in the bracket. So this is this year's bracket. So we know they're in it for this year, right? We know that. No questions about that. How do I change years? I can't. Where I go to change? I can't change years on here. Oh, this is messed up. So you ain't gonna let me see the prior year bracket, huh? Nope. I guess you ain't gonna let me see the prior year's bracket. No, because I can't change years on the bracket. So we're gonna. So let me go and let me pull them up on whatchamacallit, on Max Preps real fast. We talking Fayetteville, right? What we at? Fayetteville.
Oh, wait a minute. I know what I'm thinking. Look up that Baldwin championship year.
With the boys, to my boys,
Baldwin boys. I
that
think
was
Baldwin
about two
boys
years
beat.
ago.
Yeah, I think they beat Fayette County, and I thought they won it the year before for back and back, and then Baldwin beat them.
I think
Uh,
they won in 21. Maybe 20, but I think it was 21.
all right. Let me see. So in 21,
I think.
let me see. Now they had a stick in 21. They went 14-0 in the region, and I can't. It look like they. I know they lost to Maris last year. They lost to Maris. So let me go to. Let's go to 2021. 17-0. They beat Fayette County.
Well,
In
we're
the
looking
champ.
at Fayette County.
Yeah, they
Oh,
beat
you talking
Fayette
about
County.
Baldwin?
Yeah, Baldwin beat Fayette County in the what's that 2021 season.
Okay.
I'll put it up on the screen for you. Where we at? Yeah. So Baldwin went 17-0 that year, and when you get down to the end to the bottom of the schedule, you see they beat Fayette.
They being Fayette for the championship
Yeah, by one,
by 1 point. Okay.
which coincides with. Let me see. Let me pull it back. Let me go back to it for you. Go back. Let me past boys champions. So Baldwin won the championship. Yeah, 21 was the year Baldwin won the championship. Then 22 Spencer won the championship.
So I stand, and that's crazy. Spencer dropped all the way to 2A from 4A. So I stand corrected. Fayette County has not won winning the championships, but they have made championship runs, but
Yeah.
hadn't got it yet.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Baldwin girls.
Yeah. So do we think one of Robin girls bring it home?
I can't tell you because I don't know what Kel is. I've never seen Kel play, so I don't know.
Oh, Kale got a stick. Boy, Kale girl got that stick. I'm surprised. Let me see. Is the boy still in it? Kale
Yeah,
boy
they're
still in it?
playing.
Yeah,
They're playing for
both.
the state championship too.
Yeah, both of them got a stick on both sides. I mean, dude, I swear it's like they practice against each other, like the girls practice the boys.
And when is another school, Kale, and somebody else that had boys and girls representing?
This
One
year,
of the private schools, if I'm not mistaken.
it wasn't no Coney, was it?
Hold on.
Probably
Give me
be
a
that
sec.
Tony what you was saying.
Hold on. Give me a sec. I'm finna take. I'm going through. I'm trying to go through them both right now.
Pace. Where is
Mm,
Pace Academy? Is that in Marietta?
somewhere up
No,
there.
Pace is in Atlanta.
I thought it was close to Marietta though.
No, it's up 85, if I'm mistaken, around that Spaghetti Junction area.
Oh, close to Gwinnett. Oh,
Okay.
okay, on the edge
Right
of
after Claremont and all of that up there.
Oh, so it's DeKalb County, but it's
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gwinnett. So you got Kale's boys and girls. We know that. Boys. Let me see. What we at boy? And no, them number ones. Let me see. Let's go to 3A. We know it ain't we know it ain't in 3A. City Girl Girls ain't been hitting on them for the last since several years ago. Bank 2A. Private. Private. Nope. Let's try 2A. So here 2A. Carrollton. Hold on. Carrollton. Wilkinson. Nope. Not there. Is it in 1A? Galloway, St. Francis Girls, and Carrollton. Whoa. Oh, no. 1A. Give me the Division 1. Nah, that's only one, Kales. Now, I know a lot of schools had them in the playoffs earlier, but playing for championships is just Kale.
Okay.
Kale trying to double dip right now.
Big up Kales.
Dig up DeKalb. Sure
Yeah.
enough.
But all games can be watched on GPB TV or the app. So
That's right. I'm fixing to. I'm
I'm
gonna have to
yeah,
get to.
yeah, I'm tuning in tomorrow and third. Yeah, I'm tuning in tomorrow. Might have to tune in on Friday if I can't get up out of there.
You don't need to tune in to no games tomorrow. You need to focus on your task so that you can play on Friday.
I know, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna do my best to finish that thing up tomorrow so I can hit the road 12 noon on Friday.
hmm Okay.
Uh, Let me see, Marietta down in Macon. Yep. I'm gonna need 3 hours to make that ride.
You definitely gonna need 3 hours.
Especially on a Friday if you talking about
Oh,
leaving at 3 o'clock.
you
No, 12.
leaving
No,
at 12.
at
Oh,
You
okay.
noon.
still
You'll
gonna
get
need.
through there.
Yeah, but hell, I drive like speed racer, so I'm gonna be like Tina Turner. We rolling, rolling, rolling on. Oh, my bad. Gotta stop. I ain't,
Retarded.
I, I'm not in the shower, so I can't be singing. My voice only sound good in
In
the
the
shower.
shower, bro. There you
Thank
go.
you.
When they
But
got
them
that echo
acoustics,
going on.
in there something else, ain't they?
Yes,
Exactly.
All right, but real quick though, before we get off, man, we got to talk about on the young fella down in Valdosta, man, Mr. Oatmeal White. Oatmeal White, we got to talk about it.
Okay. Guys, I, I'll be here, but I gotta do something real quick. But I'm still on.
All right,
okay.
so for those of you that are not aware, Omar White is the uprising senior at Valdosta that got that's been arrested and accused of felony charges in connection to the shooting of 3 men last month down in Valdosta. The reason I want to bring this up and discuss this young man, Omar White, as a junior, he committed to the University of Colorado over several other schools that he was being recruited by, to include offers he had from Clemson, Florida, Oklahoma State, and many others, right? But this young man is being charged with felony aggravated assault, felony aggravated battery, and felony possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. With that being said, this man is being accused of shooting two 17-year-olds and a 16-year-old. I bring this up to say this. Parents, 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 uncles, 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 cousins, cousins, cousins. If you are a male figure in the life of a student athlete, it is imperative for you to provide and be that positive role model for that student athlete, especially for an individual like this that has a chance at a future, that has a chance to get out of the hood, to get out of the situations, the environment that they're currently in. If you cannot be that positive male figure, find somebody and point that kid in that direction. Because this is the type of thing that we do not need to see, nor want to read about or hear about in the news. This man had an opportunity of a lifetime coming his way, going out to Colorado, playing for prime time next year, after next school year. The guy, Mr. White, was the number 136 nationally prospect. He was ranked number 136 in the nation. That's the ESPN top 300. Number 16 lineman. 178 Defensive Player of the Year. That made the AJC first team all class for 7A. Was on track to had a possibility to be a Super 11 next year as a senior. But due to dumb decisions, due to lack of positive influences on his life outside of school, this this young man I made a stupid decision, and now it's done for life.
Now, I have heard about the story. I hadn't done any research on it. Um, I don't know Lowndes County law enforcement system and how they operate. I do know there was a lot of corruption with the kid that they found rolled up in the mat in the gym and things like that. I'm hoping this is one of those situations of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm hoping the gun was fired and in somebody else's hand. And you know how this justice system is when we as African American young males put ourselves in situations where we are a party of a crime that we actually didn't commit. You know, we are also charged with that said crime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping it's something like that, and there's somebody in his corner that you're speaking of that can help this kid go through this and get him the HELL away from Lounge Valdosta and get him out of there. Um, Big ups, pray for the kids, man. I hope everything worked good with him. But I agree totally with what you're saying, Mike. You know, don't squander your entire future away trying to prove to people that you gangster when half of them don't even be gangsters themselves.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. You know, it's one thing I learned with being in the military. One thing we always said to each other and kind of walked with was, "Ain't no gangsters in the military."
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, and I'm with you on that. It's just sad to see a young man with so much promise who had good talent. It just needed to be pointed in the right direction, get caught up in something like this.
yeah.
Because this is not going away. This is
It's
not
not.
something that you can put up under the rug.
My thing is, and this is my problem with I'm gonna say young men. I'm not gonna say kids. I'm gonna say young men today. They don't respect the rules of the streets. One rule of the streets was if there was a star athlete in your neighborhood, he was off limits.
He off limits.
Hmm.
Everybody made sure that he was taken care of and stayed out of trouble and that nobody
Yep,
messed with him or influenced him to do something stupid.
yep,
What happened to the rules?
I think it's a microcosm of a bigger issue in that, I mean, people don't respect boundaries, period, wherever you are.
yep.
People boundaries are just non-existent these days.
Well, my take on it from what I see from my own personal experience, nephews, little cousins, things like that. I grew up in poverty in a ghetto stricken neighborhood, crime, drugs, all the above. I did everything I could possibly do to get out of that. 9 times out of 10, kids that want to be in the hood, trying to get in the hood, don't even recognize that the kids that's growing up in those situations is trying to get the hell out.
That, dog, man, I'm standing up applauding you right now. And the reason I am, I'm not gonna say I came up poor. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say I came up lower middle class. I'm gonna put it like that, okay? Because at the time I was in a nice neighborhood, but I did a lot of dumb stuff. I was
Not
trying.
you, Mike. Not
Let
you.
me let me rephrase that. I was trying to do a lot of dumb stuff, but luckily I had older people around me that kept me from doing dumb stuff. So
Hmm.
in a sense, they cared. They was in the streets. I'm trying to run with them. My brother, his friends, trying to run with them. Nah, dog. Nah. You can't do that because
Mm-hmm.
you got. Ain't you got a game Friday? Ain't
Mm-hmm.
you? Ain't you got a game Friday? Ain't you got to go to school tomorrow? Nah, dog. You can't run with us. You can't hang with us.
Hmm.
Go on back home
Marika, you're
because.
right. John Morant should be listening to this too.
Yep.
eh,
He's one I was thinking about.
mm, you know what? That's grown man. He made a conscious decision to do that. I ain't got nothing on him on that. But. mm, But this young man, Mister White, I do hope that if he can come out of this, he learns
Uh,
something from it, and can hopefully get his future back on track. Because if
not.
not, he's just gonna be another stat as a black man.
Um. I don't see how he's gonna get out of this without some punishment because he actually shot people, right?
I don't know. I don't know if he was the one to pull the trigger or not.
Well,
But the
allegedly,
thing is,
all of this is
yeah,
alleged
correct.
because we
He's
weren't there.
proven. Yeah, correct. He's innocent until proven guilty by a jury of his peers, and we know that ain't gonna happen down there. But that's a different story. But
My thing
uh,
is this, and not to interrupt you, Thirst, but just piggybacking off of what you said. This kid had this future. If this kid was carrying the gun to do the shooting, if this kid was around someone who was carrying a gun to do the shooting, whatever the situation may be, there should have been somebody in his corner, i.e., the trigger man, if that was the case. Man, take your ass home, man.
well, with that being said, he was with a 20-year-old who should have known not to have him in that position,
My
put
thoughts
him in that
exactly.
position. Now, I do want to speak on what Miss Ross just posted on the comment. Miss Ross, I totally agree with you on this. This is something that, as a people, I'm gonna leave it at that. As a people, we've gotten away from allowing the village to help us raise our kids.
Mm-hmm.
You are so
All right,
right.
that is one thing I know. For me, coming up, the village helped raise me, and I'm sure the village helped raise you and the people on this panel. And that
Mm-hmm.
is
Sure
something that
did.
we have gotten away because you try and discipline somebody's child nowadays. The mama is trying to do what? Fight you.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Hmm.
the daddy trying to pull a gun, about to pull a gun on you.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing: the parents these days are not sitting, taking a step back, saying, "Well, why is my child doing this anyway?" Instead of that's the question that they're not asking. Instead, they're asking, "Why are you putting your hands on my child?
Mm-hmm.
Why
Hmm.
why are you not watching your child? Why are you
And
not
You come to
disciplining
me.
your child?"
I
You come to
told,
me. You come to me. You don't say nothing to them. You come to me. Well, by
yeah,
Yeah,
the time
that's
I
they
get to
saying.
you,
I
but
mean,
here's the thing: that you need to correct them in while they're in it. Correct the behavior right then. If I wait, don't say nothing, then go to you. You might or might not mention it, and they're not gonna learn anything because you don't correct them while they're in the
Not
behavior.
not just that, Jess. My whole thing to the community of Marshallville, Georgia, at the time I was living down there was, don't come telling me what my child doing, because that's when I'm gonna fight you. Because by the time you come tell me, guess what? His ass
it's
probably dead or in jail. Where you
yep,
could have
Mm,
stopped him in his act and came to me and told me I beat his ass because he was doing this. And guess what? I'm finna shake your hand because you probably just
appreciate you,
prevented him from going to jail or being shot, killed.
yes.
appreciate you. Thank you. But no, I swear we learned this lesson from the Mac. I thought we learned this back in the '70s from the Mac, and evidently the new school needs to watch the Mac because, dog, if your chick chose me, don't fuss at me, fuss at your chick. It's the same
Don't
concept. No, no, no. What I'm getting at is it's
don't
the
you?
same concept. Don't fuss at me for disciplining your child. Talk to your child and figure out why your child is doing what your child is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Allow the village to help you raise your child because it's hard to raise a child on your by yourself because you can't see your child 20, you don't know what your child is doing 24/7. You're not around your child 24/7. But guess what? You can have eyes on your child 24/7 by reaching out and utilizing the village, i.e., stay go to those teacher parents conferences at school. Talk to the coaches, talk to the counselors, talk to your neighbors. Hey, look, man, keep an eye out on my child. If you see them doing anything wrong, stop them on the spot, bring it to me after the fact. Don't tell me, hey man, I seen your son down the road about 15 minutes ago doing something. Now you getting a phone call at the same time from the local police. Hey, your child is down here in custody. No,
Exactly.
get
Exactly.
get on them right there. I got no problem with you getting on them right there. Teachers, counselors. If my child is acting up in school, you have my permission to paddle him, to whoop him in school if you need to. Cause that's another thing. What happened to paddling in school?
I know, right?
Oh, my bad. Oh, now it's considered abuse, right? Mm. Well, guess what? It set a lot of us straight,
I'm one.
and I'm number two. I got to sit there and paddle my own friend, and then my friend get to paddle me. No, we ain't going through this no more. We got to figure out another way to be not get caught. It makes it builds. Hey, as they say, it builds character.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, the bottom line is if you got a child that's a student athlete, ensure that the people around your child has those positive influences and those good intentions for your child, and communicate with them. Don't be afraid to talk to them when they come over to pick your son up to go rolling. Because I do it every time. The car pull up to pick up the boy. What's going on, man? What y'all finna go do? Talk to him.
Yeah.
You got to. Just don't. Be back home by 12. Be back home by. No. Talk to them. Entertain them. See what's going on. Engage in them. Investigate. Ask questions. Because everything they're doing, guess what? We've already done.
Been there, done it.
Yeah. So, and that's my thing with Mr. White. If I hope he didn't pull the trigger. And if he did not, hopefully he doesn't get too scarred for life and can actually build a positive future for himself. But don't let that be your child. Don't let that be your neighbor. Don't let that be your cousin, your nephew. At the end of the day, be a positive influence or find someone to be that positive influence in their life.
Exactly.
Because this is sad to see. Just like the kid up in Jefferson, Canada, got killed last year during the season. Wasn't no need for that. They got killed at the mall. Wasn't no need for that. But at the same time, though, you do got to understand these kids these days, these young men these days, they're afraid to take an ass whooping and get some. They're afraid and to get some hands put on them, not understanding, dog. You can heal. That knot on your head is gonna go down and go back to normal. But when you pull that trigger, you can't take that bullet back.
You surely can.
Well, I guarantee you this, bro. It ain't too many on walking around in Middle Georgia, Fort Valley, Georgia, Perry, Warner Robin that say they can say they was able to whoop me. But yet and still, not one time did I carry myself out there being a bully, and I knew what I was capable of doing. I say all of that to say this. Y'all are so afraid to take a whooping, but don't understand you grab the gun, you do all of this, you get in chain gang. Now you taking whoopings every day. Now you somebody's girlfriend.
Every day.
Yep. Walking out of jail, going home.
Yeah.
All 55.
Yeah. Worried about what somebody gonna say because they grab the camera and video and putting on Snapchat because you got your ass whooped. Okay. I'd rather get whooped every day. I'd rather get whooped that one time and be on the outside going with my life than getting in chain gang and being somebody's girlfriend.
Man, what? But it wasn't nothing for us to show up on.
Another day.
You live to fight another day.
Ain't that what Pop said on Friday? Boy, I tell you, Pop was dropping knowledge in Friday, and these young folks. But like I said, I wish them the best. But if it is what it is, then hopefully somebody will learn from it.
Pop said they punks. They sissified.
Oh, man, you better stop. You know what? I'm gonna leave that one there where it's at. But with that being said, how many people got on here? 5 people right now. So with that being said, I'm gonna get off the subject unless y'all want to keep going on this subject.
Nope. I'm good.
Okay,
I think
cool.
the message has been conveyed.
All right. So I do want to backtrack a minute. I do want to backtrack on something you brought up earlier, Auntie.
I want to say something before you go to that.
Go ahead.
Okay, what you had been talking about to the parents and about us about getting our kids signed up for that program for college, right?
Yeah. Are you talking about the NCAA portal?
Right.
Yeah.
So I found out that if they get free reduced lunch, then it'll be free for them.
I mean, I don't know.
No,
I
I'm
don't
telling
know.
you. No, I'm telling
I
you, it
don't.
is.
Oh, I mean, that's even. Shit. That's $100 in your pocket then.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. My son ain't getting no free lunch around here, so I don't know about that. But what I'm saying, but still, that's good information. If your child get, I mean, whether male or female, because all high school athletes, football, basketball, lacrosse, bass fishing, hell, they all got to go through that NCAA portal anyway to get recruited.
Wrestling.
Well, what about EA Sports?
I don't know if they got that in college. It all depends on the school,
Yeah,
but
but yeah.
they still got to go through that portal to get recruited in their respective sport. So if they can save $100, shit, more power to you. I raise my glass to you. But that is good information. Here's my question, though, Mo. Here's my question. Um, which I'm not sure of because I can't remember what was on the application. I'm pretty sure there's a question somewhere. Did they provide a question on that? What information you got to put in on that application in order to get the free, in order not to pay the fee to register?
Yes.
Well,
It
share the
is.
info. Well, can you do us a favor? And if you have the information, can you share it? And if you don't have it, try and get it to share it so they can. Because I mean, they all need it. Everybody needs all the help they can get in this recruiting process.
Well, if I can get the coach to get his, if I can, I would, if I can get to the lady who spoke about it this week at the meeting, I will try to get it to
All
them.
right,
Yeah.
And
all right, bet.
maybe we can interview her before the season starts or something.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Right now, if anybody, I'm gonna put it out there. Here's the invite. If you know of a recruiter or someone that assists in recruiting, send them to us so we can get them on now during the off season and the summer, so they can drop knowledge for these rising seniors, rising juniors that got questions. And the reason I'm including those two categories is because a lot of times, what I was told was a lot of schools ain't worried about what you're doing your senior year. They want to see what you've done in your past years. Your senior year don't even matter. If you ain't got it by now, by the time you're a senior, it doesn't matter. So it's best to get your kids on track and form those good habits as early as possible, i.e., elementary school. As far as study habits, you know, getting in the habit of setting aside an hour or two a night to study, to do homework, um, not turning in assignments at the deadline, but turning them in early, or to at least get the assignment done and take the time to review it or allow someone else to review it, i.e., whether it's a parent that's strong in that subject or a tutor that is strong in that subject or a family friend that is strong in that subject, to help them review it before they turn it in to allow, to help them get those good grades.
Hmm.
But it's the biggest thing in recruiting is it starts out early. You can't wait until your junior year to start making moves. You got to start making moves before your junior year.
Definitely
That's one.
needs to be solidified before your junior year.
Hmm. And that's not
And
just play, but I'm concentrating on grades, schoolwork. It all needs to be
yeah,
solidified before your junior year.
and that's just not for athletes. That's period. Because once you establish a pattern, it you work hard now, so it's not as stressful later. Have yourself established. Get your courses and stuff out of the way, so your senior year you don't lack, you don't lay off, but it might be a little bit easier for you, and you know your habits will already be established, so it'll be like second hand because you've already gotten great habits in your freshman and your sophomore years.
Yeah.
So
And I think that's my biggest thing to preach and to try and get across is habits. That's my biggest thing because you got to have those habits formed before early. You got to form those habits early so you can carry them with you through middle school, through high school, through college, and through life.
Exactly.
So, but you know, we're gonna have a chance to conversate on that when we run back the interview with Coach Adams, which he speaks on a little bit. And I know when we do have the interview with EJ, he's going to speak on that also once basketball is done with.
Okay.
So just so the fans know, we do have an interview ready to go for Coach Adams from Cedar Grove, and we're going to have Cedar Grove's quarterback EJ come on and interview with us. Once I don't know if it's going to be live or recorded, but he will do an interview with us once basketball season is over with on Friday.
Cool. We look forward to that.
We got any other interviews we possibly have coming up during this off season?
Nothing solidified, but we're gonna try to get a couple of people in to talk to us.
All right. I did reach out to the head coach at Columbia High School.
Okay.
I haven't gotten a response back, so I'm gonna send him another email. I'm gonna send the email again because
Okay.
I'm emailing him on his official work account. So I'm not sure if it's being filtered or not, but I will email him again and try and get him on so he can speak on Columbia's season from last year.
Okay.
And once the Cobb County and Southwest DeKalb puts up the official information for their new coach from New York, New Jersey, I'm gonna ask him to come on so we can
Okay.
talk to him, see what he's planning for Southwest DeKalb to try and get them back to their prominence.
What happened? I mean, I thought they didn't already announce Southwest Cavs coach. Like,
Yeah, they did.
they made
Yeah,
it
they did a
official.
couple of weeks ago. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago. But I
Okay.
just don't have an official email up for him.
Got you.
So
I get it. He hadn't
yeah,
transitioned yet. I get it.
because I went to the Cobb County website. I didn't see anything. Went to the Southwest Cavs website. I didn't see any contact information for him. So
Yeah, he's probably, if he's there yet, he's probably getting his feet wet. And if he's all the way from New York, I mean, I'm sure he's.
and that's the funny part. He's been in Georgia for a minute, and the reason I bring up those two schools is not to brag or boast about them. It's a teaser for the upcoming spring game that I'm hearing is going to be Southwest DeKalb and Cedar Grove. So that's why I want to
Oh,
talk to him because that's Cedar Grove's possible spring game is versus Southwest DeKalb. It's not confirmed yet, but that's what the word is on the street.
okay. Is there
So
any
that's why I
particular
bring it.
reason why y'all don't play in the regular season? Is it because of region schedules and stuff?
We played Southwest DeKalb several times in the regular season. They just haven't agreed to play us lately.
I don't blame them.
So
Y'all took. Okay, I'll be quiet. I don't blame
yeah.
them. I'm just
All I'm
gonna
gonna say
say
is this. Let me see. 2 years ago, I think maybe 3 years ago was the last time we played Southwest DeKalb. No, and Stevenson, no other DeKalb County school has agreed to play us the past 2 seasons for a fact. Outside of our region, no DeKalb County
got
school
you.
has ante up to play us.
Uh, I understand. So what
Yes,
did you
sir.
say? What did you want to talk about? There's something I said earlier. I don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah,
What did I
backtrack.
say?
Nah, no. I wanted to backtrack to Mr. Carter. Hold on, is it Carter? The dude from Georgia that got caught up with the racing.
Jalen
Yeah, Jalen Carter.
Carter.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I want to backtrack and speak on him. The question, because you asked, will this situation affect his draft stock? In my mind, the answer is no, and this is why. With the way everything happened when he got processed, it moved too fast. And the reason I'm
Yeah.
saying that is because look at what happened with Ra Ra. Ra got arrested for domestic violence, but he never got dismissed from the team or from the school. Now Ra is clear of all charges. All he has to do is go through uh I don't know what you want to call it,
Anger
therapy
management, I think. Anger management,
or
maybe.
something like that. He has to take a class.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he's good. So anybody worried about Georgia's receiver room? Don't worry about it. We got two of the top receivers in the SEC now. One from Missouri, one from Texas A&M. But anyway, that's a different story. But the thing is, but they coincide with each other in this way. Athens police, if you don't understand what's going on in Athens police has a target on the football team. You do anything, you're going to get caught up. What a lot of people don't know is 5 days prior to that accident happening, you had a Georgia football player get a ticket for speeding in the same part of town. 5 days prior, Jalen Carter himself got a ticket just prior to that incident for doing 89 and a 45.
Good Lord.
Exactly. So they know the kids, the athletes, or the people up there in Athens are racing, street racing. Here's the thing with Jalen Carter. This dude was in and out of jail in less than 30 minutes.
True.
Got booked.
It's a misdemeanor.
Exactly. Got booked. Got fingerprinted. Got pictured. Went before a judge. Posted bond. Back on a private plane. Back to Indianapolis. All within 30 minutes. With that being said, these charges ain't serious. As you said, these charges are misdemeanor. Reckless driving. Because he was, but they really don't have him on speeding because he never got caught. All they know is he was racing. So therefore, Jalen Carter's draft stock will not be affected by this. If he does fall to number 8, oh well, I guess the Falcons gonna pick him up, but I don't see him falling to number 8.
I don't see him falling that far either.
Now, at the same time, I'm gonna flip this coin, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna piss off some of our listeners and stuff. At the end of the day, that accident was not Jalen Carter's fault. That
How is that gonna
accident,
be somebody's fault?
because they want to attribute him to the cause of that accident. It's not him. It was the driver of that SUV that made the conscious decision to exceed the speed limit and carry on from there. I'm not gonna say they was racing. All I'm saying is to exceed the speed limit and drive excessively fast.
The toxicology report showed that she was severely inebriated. So
Exactly.
yeah, she was drunk driving.
Now, at the same time, you have to pay attention and look at the steps that she took to obtain that vehicle. That vehicle wasn't supposed to be in use at the time anyway.
Thirsty B.S. Rollins.
Huh?
No.
Make sure you say that the statement that you just made did not have anything to do with podcast.
No, I ain't even got to say that. These are facts, though. These are facts that's already been stated.
Yeah, but, you know.
Okay, these thoughts and opinions are not the true views of the Friday Night Light podcast. These are truly my personal opinions and my personal thoughts not necessarily reading various articles and viewing various news broadcasts. All right, now that we got that disclaimer out the way, the vehicle wasn't even supposed to be in use at the time. She's driving drunk, made the conscious decision to exceed the speed limit. And what happened, and the end result is what we all know of. So, to try and flip this blame on Jalen, it is. But to try and flip the narrative over to Jalen Carter is dead wrong. Not only by the Athens police, but also by the media. Because he wasn't behind the wheel of that SUV. That staffer was behind the wheel of that SUV. That made the conscious decision to do what they did, exceed the speed limit, lose control, and crash. And we all know what the end result is.
And had she survived, yes, And had she survived, and the passengers had not, she would have probably more than likely been charged with vehicular manslaughter. So, yeah,
Now,
it's
with
not Jalen Carter's fault.
with what you just said, do understand there were two other survivors in that accident, but
Yes.
nobody is speaking about their statement. We haven't heard anything about their statements. Was she racing Jalen Carter? Did Jalen Carter pull up to the stop sign and rev the engine and say let's race? They haven't came out and said that yet. It will come out in due time, but they haven't said that yet. The two passengers in the back
They,
that survived the crash.
they're probably just dealing with survivor's remorse. That's a real thing.
Hmm. And I
And
totally agree,
that's hard.
but I don't see this hurting Jalen Carter. I don't expect it to hurt Jalen Carter in the NFL draft. The only issue is Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter has to perform at his pro day in Georgia. He's going to have a pro day in Georgia here in a couple of days, in a couple of weeks, and Jalen Carter will perform. And I'm being a little biased when I make this statement. As the other dogs in the combine, he will exceed expectations and
Hmm.
boost his draft stock back up to where it was
I
with his
agree.
performance in his pro day.
I agree. So let's talk about college football a little bit.
All
A couple of days ago, um, old Nikki
right.
took had an issue because of course, when Oklahoma and Texas join the Southeastern Conference, they're going to move from Eastern and Western divisions and go to pod scheduling, which means you have three solid opponents, the same opponents every year,
Yeah.
and then you'll play everybody else once every 6 years or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And Alabama is projected that Alabama's three will be Auburn, LSU, and Tennessee.
Those are their
Uh,
rivals. Yep.
yeah, and he had an issue with that. But my thing is, don't you play them anyway? You play them every year anyway. Why is it a problem that they are the permanent? They might be your permanent
I don't, and
thing.
that, I don't see what his issue could be about it because, okay, Auburn, not on your level.
Auburn, now they got a gripe. Auburn got a tough road out,
Well, they
depending on who
don't.
that third
Well,
opponent is.
well, they were gonna play Auburn every year. They were gonna play LSU every year anyway.
Hmm.
And my only thing that I can take from that comment is, okay, Auburn is our rival.
Yes.
That's their in-state right. So they're going to play them every year, just like Georgia's going to play Florida every year, whether or not they're in the same region. But now, when it comes to LSU, what is it? You want a softer opponent than LSU? Are you worried about LSU exceeding your standard?
You should. Brian Kelly is nothing to play with. I think Brian Kelly, for him to do what he did in this year with the depleted roster that he had, um, he might make some noise in the next few years.
And I'm with you on that. Now, with what you just said, you know, I mean Tennessee. Why are you stressed about Tennessee right now?
I don't know. Because once you learn them 11 plays they got, what you going to do?
Okay. I ain't you know what? I ain't gonna say that on now.
I'm
That was
just
funny.
saying.
That was
I'm
funny
just
though.
saying. I mean, if anybody should have an issue, Auburn gonna have to play. Auburn will play Alabama and Georgia every single year. But they do that anyway. So they've always had a tough schedule. They're not complaining.
But
Well,
it's still what's up, Mo?
well, let me discuss something before I get off.
Okay.
It's something that I posted this morning, and that Gunnar Stockton is moving up in the depth chart, coming into the new season, coming into
Mm,
the spring and the summer workout. He's moving up the depth chart. he might end up starting. What y'all think about that?
Hold on, who? Gunnar Stockton?
Yeah,
Over Carson Beck.
Oh no, 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 no. He'll get up to QB2, and that's it.
you must didn't read that. You must didn't read that article I put in there today. You didn't.
Have you? No, I'm not reading no article because I'm going off of my personal eye test.
But the people that wrote the article are going off their eye test, Mike.
I'm gonna tell you like this right now. What you tell me right now? What does Gunnar Stockton have over Carson Beck? And I'm hold on before you ask that question. I'm gonna eliminate some possible answers. It ain't height. It ain't arm strength. It ain't accuracy. It ain't. It's not the. It's not the. How do I want to put this? It ain't the brain to run that system. All
It's
right.
not the
Now what you
football
got?
IQ. That's what you want to say,
Yeah.
football
Yeah.
IQ.
There you go. There you go. Now what you got?
They said the reason he's moving up is because he was on the scout team a lot last season. He took the hits. He made good plays, and they feel like he'll be a good. They say out of all the ones they got left over, he is more like the quarterback y'all had than the rest of the ones that y'all
Stetson
got.
Bennett.
Yeah, they say he more like they think he'll lead it more like Stetson Bennett did.
Well,
Oh well, it ain't gonna happen until after Carson Beck is gone.
or Carson Beck gets injured like JT Daniels. Not wishing
All
injury on
right,
any player. I'm just
but
saying.
all right, okay, all right. I'm not gonna do it to you, Mo. So I'm gonna. You know I don't do this too often now, Mo. You know I don't talk real too often. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk real with you. Here's the thing: Carson Beck, Gunnar Stockton. I can see them both competing for the QB1 position. As of right now, as of today, Carson Beck has the edge over the fact that he got more playing time during the regular season. He was considered QB2. Now, with that being said, we understand all Georgia fans should understand that the quarterback position, QB1 position at Georgia is open to competition. May the best man win the game. Who's going to provide that competition to Carson Beck? Is Gunnar Stockton. All right. I'm going to put it like that. Gunnar Stockton is going to push Carson Beck. At the end of the day, it's going to be Carson Beck and Gunnar Stockton. However it plays out at QB1, QB2. And then comes the other kid. I can't even think of his name. Vandergolf. Then comes Vandergolf is
Yeah,
at QB3.
Marcus.
Vandergolf is at QB3. Off the rip.
Where
Vandergolf is nowhere in this conversation.
where is he from?
Prince Avenue
Vanderbilt.
Christian. Prince
Okay,
Avenue Christian.
where is Carson Beck from?
Florida.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
he's a
he looked good
he's
in
a five
that
star.
game.
He's a
Oh, he
5 star.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looked good in that championship game, but heck, I probably could have got out there and thrown the ball a little good against TCU because they went to bed.
But nah,
But
if anybody's gonna get Carson Beck around for that QB1 position, it's gonna be Gunnar Stockton. And the biggest thing with Gunnar Stockton is, to me, compare the two quarterbacks as
They say he's 6'1".
Tua Tua and Jalen Hurts. It's that type of competition. All right,
ooh, that's not a bad problem to have.
and exactly, it's a good thing for Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart and Bobo is going to have to learn how to manage them too. Now, hopefully, they can get them in a position as Nicky had those two quarterbacks at that time. But that's the position that Kirby Smart is in right now. He has Jalen Hurts and Tua on the same roster. How are you gonna manage it? Because
Well, we shall see.
and that's basically what it comes down to. Is that's the situation that Georgia is facing right now. Because you
Well,
got
let's
Tua.
talk Alabama and Bryce Young.
What about him?
Go ahead.
What about him?
Um, what do you think? I mean, do you think that he is based on his size? Do you think? I mean, he's getting a lot of flack for that. Do you think that he will produce in the NFL? Do you think he will do well?
All right. Honest opinion. Size don't mean at the quarterback position right now. It's been proven size don't mean crap. It's all about football IQ, and a lot of folks don't look at this, but
I don't
ball
disagree.
releasement,
I'm just saying
ball
a lot of
releasement.
people are questioning that.
My thing is size is out of the question right now because you have quarterbacks in the league. Russell Wilson. You got the kid out there in Arizona, Murray, out there in Arizona. They've
Kyler
defied,
Murray.
yeah,
Kyler
Kyler
Murray. Yeah.
Murray. They have crushed the quarterback height thing because they can find throwing lanes. Mr. Young has displayed the ability to find those throwing lanes at his height. Uh, 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 Stetson Bennett has shown that he can find those throwing lanes with at their height disadvantage. So the height thing is not an issue. Here's the issue. The issue is quarterback IQ, number one, and number two, arm strength, which Bryce Young has both of those. He has the QB IQ to read the defense, and he can make the throws. Because I'm gonna be real. Let's be honest. Take a look at all the quarterbacks that came out in the last 3 years. A lot of them are 6 feet. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have many over 6'2". You don't have those 6'4", those six. It's not a lot of 6'4", 6'7" quarterbacks coming out like a Josh Young. I mean, Josh Allen up in Buffalo. You know, Jordan Love up in Green Bay. The kid out there at San Francisco right now, sitting in the wind, waiting to take over. You
Um,
know, yeah, yeah, him, yeah, him. A lot of your quarterbacks are not coming out over 6'2". Hell, matter of fact, how tall is what's his name right now up there in Cleveland?
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson barely 6'2".
I thought he 5'10", 5'11".
That's what I said. Deshaun Watson
Yeah.
barely pushing 6'2", but he can still play. What I'm getting at is short quarterback in order to get that third dynamic out of your quarterback. And when I say third dynamic, one, football IQ, two, arm strength. That third dynamic is running ability. Out of these short quarterbacks, you're getting that third dynamic to allow you to open up your offense and and stress the defense. Because you can sit back and run what they're doing in the NFL now from college is to run option. With that type of quarterback that has the ability to run and can make all the throws and can actually read a defense, that quarterback stresses the hell out of any and every defense. So I'm not worried about Bryce Young. Tua down in Miami, between Tua and Bryce Young, about the same height. Tua a little thicker, granted, but they're the same height. Tua has more weight. But same, and Jalen Hurts, same thing. Jalen Hurts, same height. Jalen Hurts has more weight on him than Bryce Young, but same quarterback, and they all gonna bring you those three dynamics: football IQ, arm strength, and running ability. What more can you ask from an NFL quarterback? What more do you want from an NFL quarterback? Man, don't y'all get quiet on me now.
I mean, you said it. I maybe you need to talk to these sports commentators and these Facebook analysts.
See, and this is the thing. Like now, the way the game is going, and this is just my observation. Okay, so this is not this is the opinion of me, not Friday Night Lights podcast or any of its subsidi- subsidiaries. Subsidiaries. All right, this is just me. The way the direction the game is going, certain measurements are being eliminated. All right, i.e., quarterback play. You can get away with the height thing as long as you understand your quarterback got good football IQ, arm strength, and can find that. And when I say arm strength, part of that is finding those throwing lanes. All right, and got legs. That's tilting what they're actually care about at combines and pro days when they're looking at measurement. Height, okay, I can get away with. Okay, I can give up the height because this guy can make every single throw that I want that I feel like I'm gonna need him to make.
Hmm.
If this guy gets in trouble, they can extend the play with their leg. And guess what? They got the IQ to read the defense pre-snap. Or if it's not even read the defense pre-snap in the beginning, they can pick up the offense quick enough to be able to make adjustments on the move, on the fly, on the move. Make those pre-snap adjustments as needed. I can teach him other things as we go along. So that height requirement and those measurements, man, it's going out the window, man. It's going out the windows because you got so many, the way offenses in the NFL, you can move the pocket for your quarterback. They're moving pockets for the quarterbacks nowadays. It's not no take the snap from under center and drop back 3, 5, 7 yards. Majority of the plays outside of the fourth quarter with 6 minutes to go, a lot of these quarterbacks are taking snaps in the shotgun anyway. So they are already sitting back 5 yards behind the quarterback. So they ain't even they already at their drop depth. All they're doing is taking the snap and posting up, reading the defense. It's no need. I don't need my quarterback to take the ball up from under center, drop back 5 yards. Why? He already 5 yards deep when he gets the snap anyway. So he sees the defense moving in front of him. I just eliminated one thing I'm concerned with. All I need for him to be able to do is understand how the defense is going to move at the snap, or where the hot receiver is at the snap. So the way offense is being ran these days with the shotgun, quarterbacks are already at the advantage. But that's just me and my observation and my opinion.
Well, time will tell the story. We shall see, because he's probably going to start wherever he goes. So we'll find out this fall.
I will say this on Bryce Young. With the evolution of the quarterback play at Alabama through Tua and Jalen Hurts, as bad as I want to, I can't put Matt Jones in this conversation, but through the quarterback play of Tua and Jalen Hurts, they've elevated and produced good quarterbacks out of Alabama.
Yes.
Now,
I
with
agree.
that, I want to throw Matt Jones in there so bad. My only thing with Matt Jones was, in my mind, Matt Jones is a manager. He's a manager. That's basically what he's a manager. He's not a Tua. He's not a Jalen Hurts. He's not going to tuck the ball and run and hurt you for 15, 20 yards. He's a manager. So that's why I can't put Matt Jones in that category. But Matt Jones did help Alabama at the quarterback position to get to where they're at. I will say that. Because Matt Jones can make the throws. Matt Jones has an arm strength. He just doesn't have the legs and the mobility that Tua and Jalen Hurts brought to Alabama, which helped elevate that Alabama quarterback play. Because I don't care how far back you want to go. Who was the last quarterback from Alabama that actually made noise in the NFL prior to them? Come on, Mo. What's his name?
I can't recall.
What? You can't recall?
No.
Really, Mo? You know how far back we really got to go, though? If I'm not mistaken, if it ain't, I don't know why the 60s or the 70s is jumping out of my head. Was it Joe Namath? Was the last big name quarterback to come out of Alabama to really make noise in the NFL?
It's got to be somebody since Joe Namath.
Nope. Tell me who.
I don't know, but
look, we got 3 people watching right now. We just
had receivers and running backs real good.
Running backs and receivers.
Yeah, that's all.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Here's the thing with Alabama. The thing with Alabama was they had a stout defense. Their defense won championships for them. Their offense, up until Jalen Hurts got there, like I said, you can throw Matt Jones in this conversation, but okay. For the sake of this, I'm gonna say Matt Jones era. Who? Matt Jones?
Yeah.
He starts for New England.
Okay.
Yeah, he's for the Patriots.
That right?
Yeah. And that's why I keep bringing up Matt Jones. My thing is, I'm gonna say since the Matt Jones era, Alabama has not produced any prominent NFL quarterback. Any quarterback that
who was the quarterback that won in the year before Auburn won 08, 09. I don't think he even went to the NFL, did he? Gosh, blonde hair. Not Kate.
Who, McCoy? Not McCoy because McCoy played at Texas. See, you can't.
McNamara. Is it McNamara?
You can't even see. Look at you. You can't even tell a quarterback who came from Alabama.
I can't. Oh well. Well, with that being said, time will tell the story.
But what I'm saying is, Alabama hasn't produced a decent quarterback prior to Joe Namath until Matt Jones came through. And Matt Jones won a championship in 2012?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking almost damn near 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you had Tua and Jalen Hurts, who combined together for multiple championships because they had to help each other.
Yeah. Well, good people, I'm about to carry out on y'all.
Well, it's time to wind down.
Yeah, it's time for me to get back on some Brown. Good conversation with y'all. I appreciate it.
Go ahead and close us out.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to us. Thank you, podcast members, for your contributions. We want y'all to make sure that you come back next Wednesday so we can chop it up again. And with that being said, have a great one.
As always, peace up, A-Town down.
We'll holler.
Tune in. This is your Friday Night Live podcast, photo and entertainment, and Middle Georgia sales and services. Coke don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a meeting.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose.
Hey, you better watch your mouth now.
I am a label.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am.